Hello, Brandon. Corey with Creative Habitats. This has been an interesting journey for me. I've wrestled with quite a few ideas on your landscape design, and I've come to the conclusion on this. I believe that less is more. So, what I've done on this is try to create something interesting up here. Subtle. The way it's turned out in my design, it looks a little loud because of the colors. In reality, I would go more subtle colors, but we'll review what those ideas are here in the next slide. Other things that I believe that we should do on this job is remove some of the just random bushes out here that you have to mow around and maintain, and also some of these banana trees. So let's go on a tour here. Here we go. So these are my thoughts in terms of this area, keeping it simple, yet adding a little bit more curb appeal. This would be something like a flagstone or a paver through here. This is stone. And in the center, do some sort of a pot or arrangement that there would be plants that need practically no water whatsoever. A sedum, a purple heart, something like that that rarely ever needs water. These are camellias, and this is just basic monkey grass or daylilies down here. On the side, I have just a basic dwarf yaupon that extends across the house, and then it ties into the arborvitae over here on the side. To give you a little bit better idea of what we're looking at here, something similar to this with gravel or river rock. Although I don't know about the curve in this, I like the contrast between this stone and the pea gravel. There's just another example, except with yours I would have it straight and not staggered like that. Moving around the house, this just seems like something else you have to maintain. I like the arborvitae here. It keeps you from potentially falling off, but over here, as you'll see, it's just more just grass. And then some of the elements, the plants that are down in here, just eliminate them. Same thing here. I do think that potentially adding an oak tree on the corner somewhere in this area may balance out over here, give this a little, it'll make it seem like this building isn't just floating out in the field. So, but these particular plants, I don't see them adding a whole lot to the scenery around here. Looking at this area, take this out, take the roses out. I know you want to take the fig out. The crepe myrtle, I don't know what we should do with that. Seems like a great tree that's pretty easy to maintain. I would recommend that we clean up the base of it, but other than that, let it be. All right, let's move to this spot. The thing that struck me most are these amazing windows looking out the field. If I were inside here, I assume I'd be looking out a lot. And my main thought on this is make your view just a little bit more interesting by bringing nature in. So what I've done with that, this is a larger growing butterfly bush. This is bee balm. These are purple coneflowers, and then down here, either lantana or coreopsis. Now, I know in here you're not going to see these, but all of these are pollinator attractors. That means hummingbirds, bumblebees, butterflies, they're all going to be drawn to this area. So you're not necessarily going to see these from up here, but it draws more of nature in there. On this location, gardenia, and then in the next slide, I'll show you my ideas on that area. This is Monarda bee balm. This is actually in my own garden. I planted this, or my wife planted this past year. Was amazed at how much nature it brought in. This is a variety of purple coneflower, and here you can see some different options on that. And then this is coreopsis right here. There's a couple varieties of coreopsis, but we've also planted this in our experimental gardens, and it's a good performer. There's more coreopsis right there. And of course, butterfly bush, it attracts butterflies. Lastly, down here, I recommend taking out the bananas You mentioned taking out the fig, taking out this area, and then when we move to what do we do with that? Just keep grass up to this around your AC. Continue this bed around here so you're not having to weed eat and maintain that. But otherwise, keep this simple through here. Same thing over there. Your oak trees, fertilize them, maybe thin out some of the dead. I love your oak trees. You taught me something really fascinating. I would have expected, everybody thought that these were at least 100 years old. So we've learned something from you on these. Very, very interesting. Otherwise, fertilize them. It's like giving us vitamins. Make sure they stay healthy and enjoy an absolutely amazing tree. So those are my thoughts. Sorry for the long delay in sharing them. I really struggled with this, and my conclusion on it is keep it simple and elegant, and give me some feedback on what you think of it. And if you like it, then we'll go from there. Thank you again, Corey with Creative Habitats.